hat and the background color, by the way.
That's perfect. What's the team?
It's the Ravens.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's okay. What's up, guys?
Oh, are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Gotta be repping the Ravens right now. Lamar and the boys are playing the Chiefs this Sunday for the AFC Championship title, and they got a good chance of going to the Super Bowl.
UFC players?
AFC.
Oh, AFC. It's gonna get bloody out there.
But yeah, they got a good chance going to the Super Bowl if they can win Sunday. So representing. Last time they went to the Super Bowl 57, I think. I'm bad at Roman numerals, but yeah, representing them with the purple in the background and the black and purple. Austin could not care less.
I know, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I sports.
Yeah, I sports. I honestly haven't been following the Ravens as much as I'd like to this season. I've only caught a handful of games, but
have they been good games?
Oh my gosh, it's been so good, dude. The Ravens look like the best team in the NFL.
Nice. So they've got a good chance then at the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So when is the Super Bowl?
It'll be like 3 weeks from now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's basically like how many more games do they have if they?
Well, they're in the playoffs.
Okay.
So there's the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game, and whoever wins those two games goes on to play the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's only 4 teams left.
Okay.
Basically. Yep. Cameron, what's up? Cameron Homer says, watching the X Games this weekend, ? Forgot it was this weekend.
I will probably watch some highlights.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out highlights if I don't see anything live. I don't even know. Do they stream X Games live? Because I don't have ESPN or ESPN2.
They probably do. Who doesn't stream something these days?
NFL. Well, they do, Amazon. But you got to pay for it.
Yeah, don't they stream on Amazon?
They stream Thursday night games for free on Prime if you have a Prime membership.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's like jumping through hoops if you don't have regular TV anymore to watch like something on a network channel.
Oh, okay.
But X Games, yeah. Any favorite events to watch? No. Yeah,
I mean, they don't have Ultra Natural.
No, they don't. It's true.
I mean, slopestyle is always really good.
Yeah, slopestyle is awesome. I like that they've incorporated the last few years the knuckle huck. The knuckle
huck is creative.
It's a ton of creativity.
And
yeah, it's always cool to see what Zeb's gonna throw on there or Dusty Hendrickson.
Yeah.
And
then I'd say that my least favorite thing for so many years was pipe, and in the last couple of years I've gotten really into like watching pipe riding now.
Nice.
Like like I used to find it just so repetitive and boring, and now I find it just like so on a knife's edge. Like that, like they are the ability to throw back to back vert tricks is crazy.
It is. Yeah, the longer you snowboard, at least for me, the more you understand like the fundamentals of edge control, the more I appreciate pipe riding.
Yeah,
it's insane, their edge control. And they talk about it on the bomb hole a lot, but all the best like ATVs come from pipe riding because they have such good edge control over the board. But it is kind of like acrobatic at this point, like the number of spins and rotations they do. But watching like Kaishu or like those Japanese guys throw down at the last Olympics, I'm like, okay, there's some style in there too, and just like boosting to the moon. That method, I think it was Kaishu did. It was insane,
like 30 feet.
Yeah. So that is pretty fun to watch, honestly. Now and then, like the women's level of competitive snowboarding is so entertaining right now because it's like, not to put them down, I'm not, but like it's where men's competitive snowboarding was like around the turn of the century, kind of, maybe even more than that, but it was like more focused on style, and just seeing the level of they're progressing at so fast is so cool.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit more relatable. They're way better than anything I could ever do, but I feel like it's a little more relatable. The wifey's chiming in at home literacy. Says
they're playing Tiso's boyfriend.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh, let's go to Baltimore.
That's true. It is at home in Baltimore. But yeah, Taylor Swift is dating the QB of the Chiefs, I believe. Roland's in the house. What's up, Roland?
Hey, what's up, Roland?
What's up, boys? Good to see you there with Dan Austin. One of these days, I hope to catch you.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't make it out the last time you were in town. That would have been fun. And your guys' day at Brighton looked incredible.
It was fun. It was super fun. Shout out to Roland for holding the camera for a bit and being on camera. It's super fun. And I heard after we posted that video, somebody sent in a request for a white dark side.
You might not be the only unicorn out there.
You might not be the only unicorn anymore. But super sick nonetheless. Yeah. And yeah, he says, "Are you producing more twins?
Yeah,
would love to demo one."
Yeah, definitely. Next time you're in town, we'll have to grab one. Yeah, we have you know, what as you and I kind of talked about, there's that little weird spot that we're in terms of like to include early rise or to not include early rise. But I like
it a little more forgiving.
Yeah,
or just keep it where it's at, lock, stock, and tea smoking
edges.
Yeah, because it's pretty aggressive right now, but it's awesome. I mean, it charges.
Yeah.
But if we want to make it a little bit more consumer friendly for the masses, I guess you could.
It's not for the masses though, so I keep going back to like it's just. Yeah,
it's true. If you get a Lunar, it's not because you want something that's like easy to ride and something that's, I shouldn't say easy to ride, but something
that you find generally elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get on something that will push your riding and make you ride better.
Yeah, and have a nice ceiling to grow into.
Yeah. Sacred First in the house. What's up? He says you go into the Bird tomorrow. Actually, yeah, I think I am.
Are you really?
Yeah. For just a few laps in the morning.
Okay.
Alex said he's down to ride, and it's the last opportunity he can ride for like a week. He's going.
I didn't realize he's back yet.
He's back from Texas. He was only there for a couple of days.
Okay.
Visiting a lady friend, and then he leaves tomorrow to go up to Canada.
Oh, that's right.
Revelstoke and Kicking Horse and somewhere else.
Hopefully they get some good weather.
Yeah, hopefully. He's the eternal optimist, but he said, you know, oh yeah, it's gonna nuke while we're there. The forecast is looking good. Hopefully it does.
Cool.
He also just got a new set of bindings, some Roams.
He was gonna get ultras.
I don't know. Yeah,
Roams.
I know. He sees Sasquatch on Roams, and I think that's why he keeps getting Roams. Honestly, but yeah, he sent in a request to me to edit some of his footage, perhaps for a BP episode when he comes back. He's gonna film a bunch of POV. So I told him I'll try to throw something together. And it'd be kind of cool to just live vicariously through him and see.
Heck yeah.
You know, what's up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be at the Bird tomorrow for just a few laps, filming probably a very short video. And speaking of short videos, I filmed a short video yesterday at Brighton. We were kind of talking about demos, Roland. I demoed some Vans boots. I've heard a lot of people raving about the Vans Infuse.
What'd you think of them?
This guy's on them.
I love Infuses.
I liked them. I mean, I only rode them for like 4, maybe 5 laps.
Okay.
So maybe I didn't give them a fair enough of a break in, but they felt pretty good. But I wasn't like, oh my gosh, these are way better than, you know, my 32s or anything like that. It was just like, it feels like a snowboard boot. Like they feel good. They feel comfortable. They felt like, well, there was a couple of pinch points, like on the side of one foot and then like on the heel of the other foot, not in both boots. So I just think like they probably just need to break in. And I actually bumped into a guy at the top of a chairlift who was like, how do you like them? I just got them. And he said he had the same issues with like the first few days. Like he had pressure points. And then he was like, dude, within like a month they were gone and you just got to break them in. So yeah, I think bottom line, I would consider getting them if, you know, there's a decent price for them next boot. But it wasn't like, oh man, I need to switch.
Sure. I think for me, liking my Infuse as much as I do is like, I was also coming off of a pair of, you know, the last 3 pairs of 32s, which were, I loved, and I would still love those boots. The Infuses are just stiffer, and I like the stiffer, you know, tongue in that boot.
I was surprised actually how much flex I had. Like I'd say both edge to edge and from like the nose to the tail. I thought they'd be stiffer. They looked stiffer, like putting them on and everything. But they had a good amount of flex, and I didn't even take out the tongue stiffeners or loosen the boa.
That's what I was gonna say. So, it's like, but then coming from my 32s, which were probably like 250 days on them, you know, it's like I was like, oh, how stiff these boots are. Yeah, you know, I would probably go back to 32s in another 200 days, and then be like, feel how stiff these are.
I think if you got into a fresh pair of TM2s, or something like that, you'd be like, oh wow, these are stiff. But yeah, to me, they didn't seem as stiff as I expected, but in a good way. Like I wouldn't want them any stiffer than that. Somebody hit me up on Instagram and said that they had another pair of Vans. I forget what they were, and they were like they said they were too stiff for them. But I can't remember what they were. But anyway, yeah, I liked them. They're good. Only not big negative, I could say, is I like to hang my snowboard on the free foot, like on the toe. I know you're not supposed to do that with the edge, but like when you're on the chairlift, I don't use the edge. I use the heel cup of my free binding.
Oh, and there's no clef on that heel cup.
And the toe of the boot is just completely rounded. There's like nothing to like catch the heel cup and let it rest in the heel cup. So I just found my board kept slipping off the toe.
Whereas like on the 32s, there's almost like a little like crampon lip.
Yeah, there's like a stitching like seam. Yeah, that's like perfect for just like resting your board and giving like the old 40-year-old knees a little bit of a rest if you don't have a footrest. And that new Crest 6 chair doesn't have a footrest.
A little leash on your back binding. You can like snug it up.
Donovan's got that. Yeah, is that what you're referencing? Yeah, I know. I got to talk to Donovan about that. He's not.
You got to get your AARP card. Yeah. They send you one of those.
And they send you one. Yeah, Donovan's got this retractable cable that's attached to the back of the binding on his free foot. And then he like hooks it to the bar. It's pretty sick.
That makes it even better. There's like an icing on the cake because the bar comes down and
then you hook it to the bar and it helps keep the board up.
My favorite device that's connecting to the bar that I've seen lately though is the smoke screen.
The smoke screen?
Yeah, there's some
oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, the little it's like a windscreen
like
you
put down
box. So you can light up on the chair.
Amazing. All right, we're getting a little off topic, I guess, at this point. Red, what's up, Red?
Yo, what up, Red?
Evening, gentlemen, he says.
You got a board on the table right now, Red, and it looks good.
Yeah, I saw some photos.
Thanks for your order, man. That's really, really awesome. And seeing
picking up a custom warp.
Yeah. Those solid white sidewalls on it are
very nice. Excellent choice. Yeah, I can't wait to see that thing finished. Ride Vibe says, yo. What's up, Ride? How we doing? We're doing good. When are you riding next?
I don't know.
That's a question.
Maybe I want to say maybe tomorrow morning, but
dude, you should. I was gonna ask. If you can come up tomorrow morning. I mean, it'll be your kind of day. It'll be in and out quick.
Yeah.
You won't be waiting for any openings.
Nope.
If you guys saw the last video, poor Austin. He got skunked a little bit.
I had fun in my 2 laps,
you
though.
Did? Yeah.
They were
good
still
times.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe I could. I'm doing pretty well in the shop right now. So
okay.
But we'll see. We'll because usually that like a few laps and then it's suddenly noon and then you're like, oh well, I'll just do all that tomorrow.
I feel you.
But
I'm gonna be strict tomorrow though. I've got a strict deadline for a video I'm working on right now, guys. I guess I could talk about it. You guys have seen me doing a couple of videos with a DJI Osmo Action 4, and gonna be dropping a review video of this guy. Oh, you like the flat top, by the way?
Yeah, I do like the flat top. It's freaking great. I want to give him a little chain right here. Yeah.
Yeah, I added my little mod that I usually do on GoPros to see if it helps with the wind noise a little bit.
Look how fast you've been going lately, Dan. The hair's all swept back.
Yeah. But stay tuned for that. Yeah, I've got to work on that tomorrow and get that. I want to get back as quick as possible tomorrow. So
sure.
I'm going to be strictly like trying to leave way before 12, honestly. Like if we can get there and start right at 9 o'clock, I want to leave by like 11.
I would be like a 9 to 10.
Even better.
Maybe I'll have to go just to keep you.
Dude,
like, all right, Dan, let's go.
I want to get like 2 laps. 1 lap like to just like warm up, and 1 lap to film, and then bounce.
Cool.
So if you can, we'll see.
All right.
What else we got here? Sacred First says Storm Day. Storm Day tomorrow?
Where? Let's go.
I think there's a little something in the forecast.
I haven't even looked at. I've been so busy with shop stuff. Let's see here.
I think there's like 4 inches in the forecast or something. But yeah, I haven't.
Oh my gosh! Don't tease me, Dan.
Oh, is there more? Is there more, guys?
Dan,
if you guys tune into the live stream every week, you get a chance to look at Open Snow.
It's 5 to 9 inches tomorrow at the bird.
Hold a little closer. Oh, oh,
goodness! Okay. Oh my!
Did I say 10 or 11 o'clock?
Sam, if you're on the stream tonight, I might be busy tomorrow morning. Oh no! Wait, I have to take the truck in tomorrow, but that's in the afternoon.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. I don't know why, but I have not been like following the forecast that closely this week because I kind of wrote it off. I did see that there was a buoy pop earlier in the week for Friday, but I guess the storm's coming in a little earlier, so that's pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah, we should definitely ride tomorrow. Ride Vibe says just got back from Colorado. Snow is dreaming right now. Nice. Yeah, heck yeah. Where did you ride in Colorado? I guess did they get some of the storm that like grazed us maybe this week, like earlier in the week? That's what I'm guessing. Also, I heard Sunday was like a really good sleeper day. Alex told me it was like one of the best days ever. But
nice.
It was also Alex, you know. So Alex that's every day.
Alex, hey, are you on snow? It's the best day ever.
Best day ever. Best day ever. Yep. Are you on a snowboard? Best board ever. But no, I heard from other people too who were at Brighton Sunday. They said it was awesome Sunday. Red says received pics of my warp just now.
Oh,
super stoked. Sweet. Awesome. Thanks, Austin. Super excited. I think Sam sent that out.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, you're gonna love that, dude. Ride Vibe says smash the like button, everybody. Yeah, hammer that guy. Hit it. Don't hit it twice though, because I think that like
it takes it away.
Yeah.
So just smash it definitively, just very.
Yeah, and then open another account and then smash it again.
There you
go. Jack Ward says, "What's your favorite place to snowboard outside of Utah?" This is gonna sound kind of weird, but a homie of mine, Joey, who was in a Snow Basin video last season and a Pal Mountain video last season, he just posted videos of him riding back east at Liberty Mountain, like my old home mountain. And nostalgia. I'm not gonna lie, it gave me some nostalgia, man. I was like, this place is such a dump, like compared to what we ride now. And he was just like, yeah, going through Liberty trees, and it's, you know, like maybe 6 inches of snow on top of like leaves and like
oh my gosh,
branches
really?
And stuff. But I'm like, man, that looks so fun, and that gives me like, yeah, the warm fuzzies of learning how to snowboard and like, yeah, just that nostalgia, I guess. So I'm gonna say Liberty Mountain, Pennsylvania, my favorite place outside of Utah, even though that's probably not true. Yeah, I've talked about this before, but I haven't ridden much outside of Utah. I need to get out of the state a little bit more. I had a good time at Breckenridge, but that was like, I don't even know, 11 years ago, pre-Epic Pass and all that. And then a lot of Vermont resorts I've hit up. Jay Peak was awesome. If you can get Jay Peak like on a really good snow day, then it can be pretty epic. And Killington was kind of fun too. But I haven't ridden enough to tell you anything about Colorado, really, besides Vail and Breckenridge, or Washington, California. But I keep saying it this season, I think I'm going to get up to Idaho. Idaho is so close. and then maybe we'll try venturing elsewhere.
You should look at Idaho when you get a storm that favors the north end of the Wasatch.
Yeah.
And then just be like,
yeah, I think so. Maybe on the way up there, hit Cherry Peak. Cherry Peak is like right by the border, I think. Haven't done that yet. But yeah, we got to get to Nordic Valley, by the way.
Yeah.
After what happened with their lodge and all.
Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear, one of you brought it up in the last live chat we did that their lodge burned down in a fire. Kind of wild. And now they have a snowmobile with like 4 or 5 chairs attached to it on the back and skis under it, hauling people up the hill. It sounds kind of awesome.
It does. Yeah. You guys want to play Crack the Whip?
Oh man, I'm in the back row again. That's funny. Red says, yeah, Sam was great during the process. White Style was Dan's idea to mimic the dark side. Sweet. Yeah, super sick.
She is great.
Roland says, quick question about that windscreen. Is there a trick to get it to stay on the cam? I got it, and that little sticky ring was pretty useless. It just peeled off halfway through the day. Yeah, there's a trick. It's called super glue.
That's why my camera's got little tufts that won't come off.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like if you use your GoPro for like other things, like maybe underwater, then I don't know if you want to keep it permanently attached. But for me, I have no reason to ever take those off. Now, since I'm doing like a full review of this guy and everything, I actually haven't super glued it on. So it has held up. The little M3 things, there's like these little rings. I'll show it in my video when that drops of how you attach it. But it's just these little sticky things. And it's held up for 1 full day of riding. But yeah, I think usually it'll come off eventually after a few days or maybe like a really wet storm day. So a little bit of super glue will keep it on there. And I mean, I don't know if it really does anything other than affects the look of it, and maybe like the warranty, if you ever had to warranty it. I doubt it.
No, it's just the outer case.
It's just the outside of it. Yeah, it's like a hard plastic that it's glued to. But I have not done that on the Osmo. Yeah. Sam says, haha. Cameron.
She knows I'm going riding tomorrow now. Sweet.
I guess so. Rain in the mountains here in Oregon. Oh, no, we don't want to.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Especially after they got like, I mean, we got good snowfall, and they got way more than we did even.
Yeah.
Their storm like was insane. But I saw people who were like getting after it before the rain comes, and classic.
That sucks. Did that happen a bunch to you when you were there?
Yeah. I mean,
periods of rain after good snow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. We had tons of rain back at Liberty in Pennsylvania. In fact, they had Liberty branded like clear plastic raincoats they would give out. I mean, and I say raincoats. I see raincoats, but it was like a trash bag with like armholes.
That's what at Stevens and at Baker they have parkas, plastic parkas.
Yeah,
that you can get at the ticket window for wet days.
Exactly. And we would double up. We would put like one around your waist, like for your butt to sit like on the chairlift, because the chairlift would be the worst part because it's soaking wet.
Right.
It would soak through your pants. And then the upper half wasn't like too bad actually. But
that's why I used to religiously ride Gore-Tex. And because of just wet snow on the chairlift, like nobody likes riding with a wet butt. We just
couldn't afford it, I guess. But I have a video up. It's on the channel somewhere. Riding at Liberty with one of those clear trash bags on. Yeah, it's funny. It looks like I'm wearing like a clear skirt, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's actually there's a fan going through all my old videos now, like one by one, and he keeps commenting on all of them, and so it's kind of made me go back and take a peek at him too.
That's great. You can follow his journey.
Yeah,
while he's following your journey.
Yeah, totally. Yep. Ride Vibe says we rode Breck. They got 42 inches in the last 10 days. Nice.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Way to go.
That's awesome. Roland says, ride vibes. Did you hit the peaks? Stoked to hear about the 42 inches. Yeah. Oh, Roland's going there in 10 days. Nice. Cool. Peak 6 is where it's at, it sounds like. Conditions are all time right now. Cool. Anderson Day, what size board do you ride? What's your weight and boot size? Any more questions? I feel like I'm getting interrogated here now. Just kidding. Yeah, I ride.
What do you eat for breakfast, Dan?
I ride the 54 dark side. No, yeah, 154. Yeah. 154, thanks. The 154 dark side. Austin just made a 158, which I'm really stoked to try out. By the way, Alex, I think, said he might ask you to borrow it for his trip. And I was like, no, I need to ride it. But yeah, the 54 dark side. But you know, with the shorter kicktail and like the little notch in the nose, it's honestly a little bit more like a traditional like 57 if it had like a longer tail and like a full nose, I'd say. But yeah, it's a 54 length, and then I ride like a 52, 53 park board. I've got a Capita DOA that's a 53 wide, and then the Rover was a 52.
So 152, 153. It's about a 153.
About a 152. Like, yeah. And then I am 5'7". I say 5'8" on a good day, but I don't think I've ever really clocked in at 5'8" height. And you didn't ask height, but that might be helpful. I weigh about 150 pounds. Probably 150 if I'm being truthful these days. And I have a 10.5 boot usually, although when I hopped in the Vans Infused boots yesterday, I was surprised to find out I was an 11. They only had full sizes. They said for demos they didn't have half sizes, and I thought it would feel a little bit roomy, but my toes were like right at the end. Very comfy. It was like a perfect fit. Now maybe if like I packed out the boots after half a season, maybe they'd start to feel loose, but it certainly didn't seem like that. So yeah, hope that helps. But having like a 10.5, 11 boot and being only 5'7", it's been difficult for me to find boards that have a wide enough waist width without being excessively long until recently, especially with the dark side. So that's been nice.
Especially you're going to be in size 11 Infused the next year.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the year after that, I'll go up to a size 12.
Are you still growing, Dan?
Apparently, just the feet. Yeah. Everything else is shrinking.
I knew you had a Benjamin Button thing going on.
Rain in the Washington Mountains too. Dang, that's a bummer. Rain in New York as well. Boo. Where's all this rain coming from? We had so much powder before. Yeah, dang. Hitting Whistler next week. Hopefully the rain turns into snow up there.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be rainy. Lame.
Man.
Maybe raining at the base, but good at the top. You know, it's like, and all the good riding is mid-mountain up. I mean, there's good riding everywhere, but
true.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah. We're sending good vibes to Ride Vibes for good snow. Whistler looks sick though. Yeah. Come back to the Beeve, says Pal Ninja 1 Inc. Yeah, dude. Need to get back to Beaver. Definitely. I wonder if we could plan like a trip hitting Cherry Peak, Beaver, and then going up to Idaho and coming back, or if that's too much. Probably too much in a couple of days, but yeah, I want to get back to Beaver. I've been trying to hit up the dude who runs their social media.
SoPal,
yeah. Is that you, Pal Ninja, by the way? Chime in if it is. But SoPal on Instagram. I've been hitting him up and asking him when's a good time to come. And like a week ago, he told me to wait until we had like a little bit more snow up there. So I really, really want to time it right to hit like that backcountry down to the road and all that, to take full advantage of that place, because it's awesome. It was awesome when we were there, but we definitely didn't have like the best conditions.
You have to go back and find that cliff that Anthony was eyeing at.
That mega. There was a nickname for it. I can't think of what it was, but it was like
Murder Mountain.
It's something like that, like Suicide. I think it's called Suicide Cliff. I could be wrong. Chime in if you know what we're talking about. Pal Ninja. Matt Logan, yeah, he's chime in. Says it's a good friend of his. Nice. Yeah, Matt's the man. Him and his son are cool, really cool. They showed us around. Let's jump back up top so I don't miss anything though.
Oh, apparently LeBron is the person who's been doing your rewatch. He said
that's me in the comments. Oh, nice. See, nice, awesome. Heck yeah.
Order Dark Side. LunarSnowboards.com.
Nice. Yeah. Yep. 54 Dark Side. It's right on the website. If you want anything customized for it, then
there's a little order or like a little contact form, and you just shoot us your questions and likes, wants, wishes, ideas.
Yep. LunarSnowboards.com. Mark Torres says, "Hey Dan, how was demo days at Brighton? Find anything that piqued your interest. Love the content. Hope to run into you one of these days." Nice. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, the Vans Infuses were sick. They're the only thing that I demoed because I only had time for a few laps, and like an idiot, I left my snowboard boots at home. I was telling him, first time in like 20 years, maybe more, that I've not had my snowboard boots at the mountain. I don't know how I pulled that one. But yeah, it ended up being perfect. I was about to leave and head back down, and I was like, let me try all these demo tents, because they had like 30, 40 demo tents set up, and they had it like every snowboard brand imaginable except the best one.
Thanks.
But yeah, they had
demo days wasn't on their calendar, man.
I know, and they didn't even post anything about it on social media.
Wild.
I was just like, what are all these flags and tents doing here? It was kind of bizarre how they didn't promote it until like, I guess, the day it started. But anyway, yeah, there was a Vans tent and they had a bunch of boots, and I was able to demo those for like 4 laps, maybe 5. And then ran into a homie, Eric, who's a fan of the channel, and got a couple laps with him, and he was kind enough to hold the camera.
Very cool.
Yeah. So those were cool. I like the Vans Infuses. As we were just chatting about, I wasn't like blown away, like, oh, I need to switch to Vans now from my 32s, but they felt like a very solid, capable boot, responsive, and pretty comfy for, slapping on a demo boot that's not fitted to your foot yet. But I did miss my footprint insoles, the FB Game Changers. Definitely felt the shock absorption wasn't quite there. Yeah, where else we got here? Anderson Day says used to ride the Infuse. Great boot. There you go.
Wander Bel Air.
Wander Bel Air comes in a 150.
Wander's another local company. They're super dope.
Oh, cool.
They're actually they're more of like a that they are a subsidiary of a like materials company. And so their products are like a proof of concept showcase of the materials. We're actually talking with them about using some resin that they've developed.
Nice, very cool. Oh, rolling into the chat with a super chat, dude. Thanks, Roland. You're the man, dude. Guys, the dark side is so sick, so stable, fast as can be.
Oh, thanks, man.
Crushes chunder and floats like a dream in POW. He's right. He's absolutely right. Don't sleep on it. I had 3 boards, and I only ride my light dark side now. Thanks, Austin. Free lunch for y'all. Sweet.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we'll have to grab a bite to eat tomorrow, or maybe breakfast.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Roland's the man. The second to last video, we dropped Roland's in it. Go check it out. Yeah, he's got the light dark side. He knows what's up. I was just telling Alex, who got a Mega Merc gifted to him, a Capita Mega Merc, that somebody told Austin they sold their Mega Merc as soon as they got the dark side and loaded it. So it's no joke, guys. I'm not just saying that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Pound Ninja. Matt Logan's a good friend of you. That's really cool. What's your name, if you don't mind? I wonder if I know you on Instagram or anything. Pound Ninja. Yep, we rode with his son too. Yeah, Sun is super cool. So I can't wait to get back there. LeBron says, no way they're back in stock.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're made to order right
yeah.
now. So the site is open for ordering. And right now we have about a 4-week lead time on new orders. So yeah, there definitely are.
Yeah. So you don't expect to get one within like 2 or 3 days, but yeah, within a few weeks, we can get it to you.
Yeah. We send you pictures usually of the build while it's going if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Get stoked up along the process. It's cool to see like your very own snowboard being made. You know, I was fortunate enough to be able to just drive over and like look at it with my own eyes.
I mean, you put your hands on the resin.
Yeah. Even got to.
Here's one that's on the bench right now. That one's Red's. He's in the video tonight.
Very cool. So, yeah, you should definitely submit an order if you're interested. You won't be disappointed in the board.
I thought you'd like this picture.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You got to show that. So that's the different
dark sides
shapes
coming out.
Yep.
One uncut behind there.
Yeah, that's the 50, the 54, and the 58, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 58 behind it.
Oh, and then another 50 uncut. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, love that board.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. So if you ride tomorrow, what are you gonna ride?
I'd ride the Rover.
Okay.
Or the warp. I had so much fun with those 2 laps on the warp. I forgot just how much I love that board. And yeah. So, and now building Reds, and I'm like, oh, I'm building myself a freshie of these.
Do you know what we should do next time? Like I don't have an idea for a video. We should just bring your whole fleet, and I'll just like ride them all.
Just a party lap day.
Yeah. Just riding all the boards.
Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board. Yeah. Exactly. Because I don't think I've ridden the warp, and I think we're talking about this. I haven't been on the landing craft, but I rode the powder rocket, which
you have ridden a landing craft.
Oh, have I?
There's the day that you fell into the rocks, and when Trace was like, "It's good to go," and you remember that?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did have one landing craft.
But that was also
love you, Trace.
That is also I don't want to say it's like a shadow of its former
you've
version
tweaked
of
it and refined it. Yeah. I need to get back on that board.
Yeah.
Dude, watching you at Pall Mall on the landing craft, I was like, oh my gosh, I love the dark side, but yeah, you just look like you're like hoverboarding.
Yeah. Especially when it starts to slow down and you're just kind of
pretty cool.
Way fun.
Yeah, Anderson Day says, do you guys ever do demos on Lunars?
Yeah, we do. So
Eric was asking me about this too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we now have a demo section on our site.
Cool.
We are, basically scheduling and booking people to pick up boards and take them to the mountain for the day.
Sweet.
And there's a small daily charge for a demo fee. And then if you like it, you can, basically take that and move it into use it as a credit to your board cost. And we are trying to get out for some more demo events at mountains, or schedule things at mountains to have a tent and stuff. The challenge there is just making sure we have enough demo boards and enough varying sizes that there's a wide enough plethora of people to choose from. And so it's kind of been nice to either meet people at the mountain and ride with them, or if we can't link up.
I didn't realize you guys have a link right on the website. To check out a demo. That's awesome. How much is it? Do you mind?
I think it's $35.
Okay, cool.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's totally worth it for a private demo day. I would do that. That's sick.
Yeah, then you can ride it as much as as many laps as you can get. And it's not sometimes when you're sometimes when you're on the mountain, it's get back in an hour, and then you don't really get the most honest view of what you're what you're doing, because you got time restrictions.
Yeah, that's what happened with the Vans. Actually, the Vans Infuse, I think I put them on around 11:30, and they were like, just make sure you're back by 2:00, or was it 1? I think it was 1:00.
And when your feet getting too stinky in there.
Yeah. Yep. So hopefully that helps. Red says ordering process is super easy with Lunar. Highly recommend. Awesome.
Thanks, Red.
Yeah, very streamlined. Very cool. Real name Casey Pal Ninja. Sweet. I like it. I was kind of hoping you would say Pal Ninja, and that was like your legal name. But right on.
Your ninja mask, I hope, is white.
Sam says, thanks, Red. You are awesome to work with. Nice. Looking forward to sending you more pics on the way. Yeah. Casey, aka Pal Ninja, says, you guys are killing me with these Pal Mount videos. So jealous. Yeah, that's my favorite mountain for sure. It's been fun, man. Yeah, we'll have to get back up there and do some cat riding this season. Haven't done that yet. It was super fun. That last video we put together, though. Sam says $35 to demo. Yeah. And yeah, do the same thing he was saying on the website. Oh, but you can't schedule the demo directly through the website.
Oh, okay. That's my bad.
Okay. But yeah, they'll contact you, I guess, if you.
We haven't added a scheduling assistant yet.
Get on it, man. No, it's a more personal touch.
Why is this all gotta be so difficult?
It's a more personal touch. They'll reach out to you and schedule it. Keep them coming. Excited to see the progress. Cool. Milo is like $50 to demo board. Really?
Oh, wow.
At Milo Sport. Wow. So that's a better deal for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't been to Milo in a while. Have you been over there?
I was there earlier this year.
Yeah.
I don't remember why it's not boots because those were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was looking for a jacket. For my yellow pants.
Oh.
I was just kind of like seeing if I could color match something.
Okay.
And it's just so hard across like materials, and everybody's got their own thing.
Especially if you go different branded top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult.
It's just going to be a black jacket.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, what do you guys think of Austin's new kit with black and yellow pants, black jacket?
not as orange these
versus
days.
Versus the full orange.
I still pull the orange out on the nice deep days.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've
just been trying to preserve that kit a little bit more.
Sure.
And I got a couple tears in the legs and things like that that have been like that I've sutured together. I'm like,
makes sense.
I don't want it to fall apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've enjoyed having the 32 kit the last 2 seasons. But I will say the stitching starts to wear. But Austin pointed out something. I think maybe like the side keeps ripping because I keep holding my board there with very sharp edges.
You gotta be careful with those edges.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people about a jacket, and I was like, could we add some like Kevlar, like or some Corda fabric right on the inside?
Dude, in high school, I used to have a pair of skate shoes that had Kevlar on the side.
Oh, cool.
To help protect against ollie wear.
Yeah.
They were so cool. It was like not big enough. It was like this little triangle, but like the rest of the shoe like tore to shreds, and then that part like held up really well.
I had these.
It was pretty cool.
Forum pipe gloves.
SXLs, by the way, if you guys know XLs.
I don't know those shoes.
ES, like E with an apostrophe.
Like
S.
Yeah.
Okay. They were like their main shoe back in the day.
Okay.
And they brought them back. But anyway, what were you saying?
I had a pair of pipe gloves, or like spring gloves from Forum.
Yeah.
And they had full Kevlar palms. And
nice.
Especially when you're riding in spring and you got that like super granulated snow.
Yeah.
Like rip everything up. Those gloves, they would fall apart around the Kevlar before the Kevlar went away.
Speaking of Forum and speaking of gloves, I got 2 things to bring up. One, have you seen? I just saw it today. Unions. There's that thumbs up again. What the heck?
Is it? I must see
back.
your thumbs up here.
Today.
Can we pop it? Boop, I did it.
You did. Oh man, we're losing it, guys. Sorry. Today, Forum posted. They have Forum edition Unions.
Yeah, they had those last year.
Oh, they did last year?
Yeah, they had a super limited run. And I think they're on.
It's like that neon yellow look that they used to have with the Forum bindings.
Yep. I have a pair of neon yellow, and they've got the steel heel cup. And like, I'll never ride these again. And they were on a 06 Yoni Malmi Pro board, and like I just can't bring it upon myself to like move them,
to
like
take them off the board.
No, to let them go. Right, they're like sitting in a
yeah.
box right now, and I can see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you're just taking up space I need for other things, and I can't. But they're so cool. I don't have another pair of bindings like them. But I used to love when Forum they had a line of bindings, and I still to this day think that their shakas were incredible. They had a hinge plate and a disconnected base plate, and so like the whole binding had like just a really nice natural flex with the board, and they were super cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Was that sort of like the reflex base plate that Burton makes, I think?
Probably.
Yeah.
That makes probably sense. Similar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh. Same
like the channel
system. Yeah.
I will say that Burton made channels a lot better. Not that I like channels. Just like I don't understand how
the hardware always comes out.
I haven't had that, or I haven't seen that, but like
I have. And when I look at people say the same thing.
Okay. When I look at channels, it's just like you don't have a ton of leverage, with the standard 2x4 pack. But like then you put it in a channel, it's like there's nothing holding down out towards the edges. Like there's not a lot of pressure that feels like can be achieved in just like this center line. So
there's some play in the toes and the heel lifting, but I guess that gives you a more surfy feel, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
When you're dropping an elevator, I don't want a surfy feel.
Agreed. So not a fan of the now bindings?
No, I don't really like anything like these surfiest bindings that I like are Union Ultras. I think those like they're still incredibly responsive. They stick, toe to heel, but like they're just cushy. They're damp, and they like allow a lot of the board flex to feel through.
Nice.
I don't want my bindings moving.
Yeah. The second thing I was going to say before I forget, we were talking about gloves. You mentioned pipe gloves. I have it on authority from an insider that there's going to be an all-white pair of VO gloves very soon.
No way.
And a pair that are all white on the top with leather black palms. Yes. And
okay.
Maybe even we'll do a little board progression model next season that are white with black.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Roland, if you're listening, you might be stoked on those. I saw your already
all the white.
All caps. Yeah.
We're gonna have to buy them at a premium from Roland.
I know. I was just gonna say
he's putting his futures in right now.
I saw your mittens were pretty tattered last time I rode with you, so I have a feeling you might be all over those when they come out. So I'll keep you guys updated as soon as I find out more, but they probably won't be coming out until next season, I think. There may be a couple of just like standard VO mitts or trigger mitts coming out this season, but not the board progression ones for sure. That'll probably be next year. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I think it'll look pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
The white with black. Even like the zippers will be like white too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm going to open it up for the first time, like on video. I'm going to pull a little caviar spoon out. It's a white glove service.
You have like a little handkerchief as well. Like, yeah.
Well, it's blowing off in the wind.
Or like a towel draped over your arm.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Definitely.
Well, that makes me want to get like a black tuxedo kit now with the white gloves.
Why not?
That's pretty funny. All right. I think we are getting close to wrapping up. It's almost 9:00, but let's see. There's a few questions. One more from Roland. He says, one more question for y'all. I'm hitting the hay. Sorry, we're keeping you up, Roland. You're on the East Coast. It's kind of late. Are clip-on bindings really a waste of time? I always hear opposing opinions. I guess you mean step-in bindings?
No, he means like the old classic, like, clickers. No high backs.
Yeah, maybe. Some say they don't notice a difference. Some say more responsive. I've talked about this quite a bit recently.
And you've written them. In
the step-on video that I did last season. I was just talking to Alex about this on the phone today. I did a video at Snow Basin last spring where I tried out the step-ons, and for whatever reason, that video is like taken off now. It didn't last year, but I was not a fan of them, and perhaps it was a fact that I was using somebody else's boots. It was the same boot size that I ride in a Burton, a 10.5, And yes, Joey said he had like maybe 50 days on those boots. So perhaps if I had a fresh pair of boots, I would have had a different experience, but I did not like them. There were way too many compromises. And if you look at the comments of that video, most people defending them are like, well, you got to get this boot. If you have this very specific boot, then they're fine. And you did this wrong, you did that wrong. But like at the end of the day, like you shouldn't be limited to one pair of boot, and it shouldn't be that finicky to have the system work properly. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. And I think the lack that, and I think I saw actually a recent prototype, and I don't know if they're in production now, but of the Burton step-ons that you lose toe roll, right? You lose like some of that freedom that does occur with your boot when it's pegged down at the sides. And so like while some people talk about that as getting this more responsiveness, like their newest version that's coming out looks like they have a fork design where your boot clicks in and this has flex. So on both sides of your boot, and so as you are twisting the board, it allows for a little bit more toe roll.
Now, the weird thing is when I used them, I felt like I had that,
okay,
but it was very unpredictable. It felt like there's like a shot where I take a slam, attempting a backy, and I get up and my foot is like rocking in the binding, and like I checked like 3 or 4 times to make sure I was properly locked in. But then other times when I'm riding, it feels like the soles of my boot are like glued to the board in a bad way. And then like my foot inside the boot, I would feel it like moving, but the boot wouldn't move, and it'd be really uncomfortable. It would like cramp my foot because my foot would want to roll and the boot wouldn't. And I think what it really boils down to is the connections being on the side of the sole. Instead of
over the top.
Yeah, instead of a traditional boot, a traditional binding strap, all the pressure is on the top of your foot, keeping you locked in. But the sole of your foot has the freedom to kind of move around while the top is still locked in, right? Whereas with that system, the sole is the part that's anchored and there's no pressure on the top. And that just feels very
There's
weird.
No like micro movement, I guess, or less micro movement because the boot is physically tethered versus restrained.
So I'm not a fan of the step-ons. I will say I like the Nidekers a lot better. I thought the Nideker Supermatics rode way more like a traditional binding. They had all the response that you want. They had that kind of sole on the boot board feel that I was looking for, that was lacking in the step-ons, but it had all the pressure on top with the traditional straps. The only negative I'd say is they're a tad bit heavier, just a few grams heavier than a traditional binding. And if you really crank them down super tight, then it's a little more difficult to get out of the step-in function. But for me, if I was going to go the step-in route, I would get the Nideker Supermatics, but I still haven't. I still prefer traditional bindings.
I think you need to go test out some clues.
Yeah, you and like a handful of other commenters. I mean, Kevin's been on them. I can't knock them. They look like they function well. There's just a certain stigma with them right now about them looking kind of clunky, and I think they look a little clunky too. Like I don't know,
clunkier than the Nideker ones.
Well, when you take one foot out, you don't have the high back and like that piece of plastic attached to your foot while you're skating, and I feel like that almost looks like a ski boot or something like attached to you.
I was going to say that
maybe I'm too vain and like, I'm worried about how I look
when we ride with Kevin, I'm going to throw a strap up here my Karakorums on. And you know that the Karakorum has that whole rear hinge. I'm going to take the entire binding off so I can skate around with them. But I won't be able to get it on nearly as easy.
Kevin says that they're very responsive though, and he said that they ride kind of like
I was eyeing up the stiffness of them, and like in terms of the repeatability of him being able to step in and like not futzing with them at all,
right?
And them having many of the same characteristics as normal bindings, seeing them in person, seeing him ride on them, and getting his actual input that was not on camera was good. I think that gave merit to it, and I think they're a very new binding company to the market, and they're still working in their like Gen 1. Like when they get to refine that chassis and make it look a little bit more
stealthy.
Yeah, stealthy. You know, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love like Union bindings is that like that new Ultra. Good. I mean, there's so much automotive like design in that binding, and it looks great,
like aerospace almost. Yeah. I just love the style of Union. They just look on point, and the clues look a little bit amateur, I guess. And
Roland redacted his question, but he had said the reason he was asking was because his unions were falling apart.
Oh, well, I mean, unless something's happened since I talked to him, I wouldn't say falling apart, but the base plate cover came off while he was riding.
What was he riding on?
What were you riding, Roland? Was it the Forces?
If it's the I will always complain about the footbeds that attach with a screw.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Like, I have never seen more base plates than screwed on base plates come off. I don't know what it is. Like I can remember repairing a couple friends' pairs of Forces.
The Atlas Pro.
Okay. That the threads rotted out. That was like not a same grade material as the rest of the hardware on the binding, and they rusted and stripped.
Yeah, when we were at Brighton, the cover came off, and he tried to just like, step on it and keep it there.
But it won't stay.
But it did, but then he unstrapped to like hike out of a spot that was pretty deep, and I think that it came off then, and he lost it.
Roland, I also like you getting after it in the trees. Okay.
Yeah.
Going full face first. That was money.
Oh yeah, he was going for tame dog, and
just
got lost in the sauce. That's all.
Yeah. You got to eat up all that powder.
But all that to be said, it seems like the clues, just looking at them in person and seeing like Kevin use them, it seems like they function the best. To me, it's just like the form over function. I don't like the form of them.
Sure.
But it seems like the step in and step out function actually works quite well. If you don't want to use it, you can use it like a traditional binding, like you can with the Supermatics.
Here's my thing I don't like about clues.
But what?
Form over function. I am a pants over high back. I couldn't, it's like, because when you, other than like my new pants, which are gusseted at the bottom, and so and they're skinny enough around the boot that they don't get in the way of my high back and my straps. You do lose that ability, and it's like sometimes especially if you have a pair of pants that doesn't have like a nice like abrasive resistant pad in the back, like high backs can wear your pants out.
And you couldn't even, if you wanted to, probably fit them over that like handle that you have to pull on the top. I'm not maybe sure. You could.
Some of those new schoolers
then you totally lose
the
that function.
Back. I got no problem with that. You lose your binding inside.
That's true. Yeah, those big baggy like Genco jeans that you see out there, you could probably grab that high back handle through those.
So if Clue's watching, now they can come out with a pant. So Burton's got the boots, right, that you have to buy for their binding. Clue, you make a pair of pants.
You know what you do?
You have
you just put a zipper on the back. You cut a zipper, you unzip the zipper, and then you reach in and grab that handle.
Perfect.
Then you got the pants over the high back.
Done.
We'll take a check, please. You can mail it to this address. Yeah. Anyway, that's our thoughts on step-in bindings. I think they've got a long way to go if the industry is going to change.
And I hope people keep buying them so that they keep updating them, because
keep getting better.
Like, I mean, there's no problem with them in terms of like being a product on the market. Like, and you know, how long have traditional ladders and straps been around? Like, I will like if you were to have asked maybe me
30 years,
15 years ago, like against Burton's step-ons now, if you can remember getting stuck inside of your ladders, like on a cold day, like I don't know what it was that like, it feels like Union was the first one that made really, really good releasing ladders. And it was just like, I couldn't remember like whining at the bottom of chairlifts and be like, I'm stuck. Getting like one tooth at a time.
Yep. And I did have that issue with the Supermatics once or twice where I was like, I can't get out of this. But then some people drop comments in those videos saying like, oh, just like, you know, kind of tilt your heel forward, like press your foot forward a little bit more in the release. But anyway, let's move on and wrap it up. It's 9:01. thank you guys for the questions. So we're really digging them.
Yeah, they're making the content for us.
I know. Cameron says new union form forces are the old force design though. Yeah, I got to agree. Like, I think I like the new force design. Have you seen the new redesign for this year?
No.
They've got the Force Classics, and then they like redesigned the high back, and I think the base plate a little bit for the new Force.
Did they go with like an asymmetrical high back?
No, but instead of it being like that kind of more angular top that's like very squared off, it's a little bit more rounded. I think kind of like the nose of the Curiosity.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The high back looks a little bit more streamlined to me. It looks a little bit cooler, I think.
Cool.
And then there's like some negative space in the high back, like some kind of holes and stuff.
I'm a big fan of solid high backs.
Yeah.
I don't like perforated high backs.
I don't know. On the right high back, I think it looks good. And then on some, I don't like it. I definitely like it with the Union logo on the Stratos.
Yes. Yep.
I think it's great. Solid.
I think some look just like wheels to me, like three spoke wheels and
yeah. But I think this design looks better than the old Force high backs, in my opinion. But the old Force high backs,
or the perforated,
solid, I think look better.
Yeah.
Than the perforated ones. They look a little, kind of, I don't know, too skinny or something. Yeah, Roland says buying the all white VOs definitely. Yeah. He's literally just going to disappear. You just need white goggle lenses now, and we'll never see you again.
There's a pair of goggles I want. Have you ever heard of 99?
9990?
No, this is goggles called 99. So they're either Korean or Japanese. And there's another shaper out of South Korea. And his goggles, I noticed, like he has flip up lenses, so they're actually hinged on the top. Nice. But they have a very
like the old school sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly. And like, cool. Helmet under or goggles under helmet. Like I'm not taking my goggles off very often. And what a nice way. It's like you step on the tram, you don't have to take your lenses out, you don't have to put them somewhere, but they could vent. But I was looking at they have like a really nice spec explosion design on the site for them. And they're really low profile. And they even talk about like having really thin gap between the laminations of the two lenses.
Cool.
So you get less visual mirroring, right? So it's like you don't get that kind of like inner lens reflection that can occur. And they also make them in photochromatic. So I'm liking the idea on these.
Nice.
And they ship to the US. So I might try a pair out. They're pretty cool.
Let me know how they go.
Yeah.
I remember seeing last season or the season before, a skier had a helmet that looked almost like a motorcycle helmet, but it was definitely like a ski helmet, and it had a visor that like swept.
Was it like the helmet that I showed you that I want?
I don't remember.
But I just really want to be on an episode of Board Progression and have my lenses flipped up and be like, Dan, let's go. And drop them and leave.
Yeah.
I just want some good click action.
I mean, just give you some Scotch tape and we can make that happen.
Okay. Cool.
With some magnetic lenses, I think it'll work.
Maybe a GoPro attachment, like we'll like.
Yeah, I think so. All right, guys, I think it's that time of night. We should wrap it up. Michigan Biker says, just got my first days on. Now drive pro bindings. Cool. Highly recommend. All right.
Very cool.
I need to demo them. If Now Bindings had a tent set up at Milo, I might have hopped on them. Yeah, it'd be cool to check them out just to see what they're like, something different. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been week 9. Can't believe 10 weeks in a row coming up next week. So Stay tuned. Yeah.
You gonna have fireworks next week? Or just more thumbs ups that pop up? It didn't work that time.
So weird. Maybe I just need to start hosting my live stream elsewhere.
No, I like the thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, stay tuned for fireworks and more thumbs ups next week. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Yeah, if you have any other questions that you want to ask, go ahead and drop them in this video or reach out to us on Instagram. If you have any questions for Lunar, hit them up on Instagram or check out lunarsnowboards.com.
Yes.
And keep progressing, guys. If you can make it out to the bird tomorrow, we'll see you there.
Bye.
See you guys.